Hey, how are you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for your time today.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
So am I. Carlacia, first of all, did you feel any kind of extra pressure, joining a show that was already 2 seasons in? Because, Chase and Madelyn were already, already 1 season in.
Yeah, I was definitely I honestly I was a I we had a chemistry read and it was during our chemistry before I even got the part that I knew that I was going to be okay. Like before that, you have the nerves like, is it going to be as fun like off camera as it on camera, but like we had a chemistry read where we absolutely had like the greatest time ever. So I knew once I got the part after the chemistry read that like it was a very, very fun environment.
All right, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
What I personally love about Cleo is the fact that she exactly knows how good she is. So,
Mm-hmm.
and many people in real life don't have that. People always go like, I'm not good enough for this job, or I'm not good enough for this. And she doesn't have that. She knows what she's worth. And I was wondering if you share this sense of, self-confidence, or if it sometimes happens to you that you still underestimate your acting skills.
That's a great question.
Oh.
I would say that absolutely there are parts of Cleo that I, definitely like the confidence thing and just the belief in yourself. Even to become an actor and to pursue this craft, you have to believe that it's gonna work, and you face so much rejection. There's so many roles that you don't get. So you have to have that confidence of like, you feel really, really good. But, everyone has those moments. I would say that where you doubt yourself and you worry, am I good enough? And I would say, especially for this role, I never doubted like my acting. Um, However, this was my most physical role I've had to date.
Wow.
Like to play Cleo, like I have a lot of not only like knife twirling skills that I had to learn, but I had to learn how to drive stick shift. I had to learn how to tie like that cord in a certain way,
Wow.
and I had to learn combat training, and that was something that I've never done before. So my first day of rehearsals for combat training, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off. Like I honestly was like, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. Like there's just like there's teaching you flip, here, pop here. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but I was able to do it. So, I'm a human being. So obviously, I have those moments of, can I do it? But I've learned that just sticking with it. My first rehearsal, like, terrible like combat training rehearsals, but by my second, third, fourth, fifth one, each one I got better and better and better until you see what we eventually have on screen. So just like Cleo, I believe in, if at first you don't succeed, you just dust yourself off and try again.
Right, and everything takes time, right? Whatever it is you. Yeah. So
yeah.
Of course, in the show, it's all about hunting treasures and finding the next clue and stuff like that. And I was wondering, because of course, as kids, you always go out and you try to find something special and you take something home with you that feels precious for you in that time.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you actually do remember something from your childhood that you found, and for whatever reason, it became something very precious for you.
Again, great question. Oh, okay. This is weird, but it's true. I have like, I don't know if I have it now, but like a few years ago, I used to like save like all my teeth that fell out. Like I used to save them in a box.
Oh, wow.
And like recently I found a box where like I have like a few, it's not that many, but like 3 or 4 of like my baby teeth that fell out. Yeah.
So the tooth fairy didn't pick them up all.
And the tooth fairy forgot to leave me my money.
And what about, because what I love about the show is that it's not only about discovering the next treasure, it's also about the self-discovery for the characters, of course. And I was wondering, so far, what's been like the biggest discovery you've made about yourself or about your acting?
I think you just never know what you're going to do in the moment until you're in the moment. Like, sometimes you could think that, oh my God, how the heck am I going to, handle this swimming stunt? And I got to run here and hit it here. It's like that same thing. Like, how are you going to do it? You think before you do it, how are you going to do it? And then by the time you're in the moment, you're doing it. So I think, again, it goes back into all the skills that I had to learn. Like, for example, the knife twirling, because we had to quarantine when we got to Barbados. So I wasn't able to leave my room or leave my area. And then it came up to the scene, like my scenes were coming up. Our stunt trainer wasn't able to come in and show me face to face, how to twirl a knife. And he was like, hey, I'm going to send you some YouTube videos and I can help you on FaceTime if you need it. But your scenes are coming up on Monday. And you got to figure out how to twirl this knife. And, so the first few times, you look at the message and you're like, oh, how the heck am I gonna, how am I going to figure out how to twirl this knife? And then you get it, then, fast forward, day 2, you do it so much times that then it really just starts to spin. And then, I learned all these tricks and stuff. So I think it's just try it. So I just learned that just try things, don't, instead of just getting it, things are so much worse when you think about it than when you're actually doing it. And I actually saw a great GIF or a picture that was before you do something, the fear is this, but once you actually do it, it's this.
Exactly. Yes. I totally agree with you. Yes, on that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And what's also so cool, of course, is because we can say this time what's very important in the show is a specific key. They have to find a key that takes them to the next clue and stuff, and that makes them open the next closed door. And I was wondering, because a lot of people don't know what it means to be an actor. They don't know that whenever you complete a project, you start from scratch, because you then, of course, have to again, you have to find the next role in a movie or a show. And a lot of people don't know that. And I was wondering, how did you make sure in your career so far that you don't get yourself stuck after you completed a project? How did you make sure you'll find the next key that takes you, to the next treasure called movie or TV show?
I would say for me, I'm in love with the work. I'm in love with the process of it. I can't be, or I have learned to not be attached to the result. So for me, and I saw this actually in a Kobe Bryant interview that really inspired me. He said that for me, the best part is practice. So for me, the best part isn't getting the part. The best part is me every day getting better in my craft, no matter what the result is. It's every day getting better, knowing to me today and every day, at least 2 hours a day, I have done something to get better at what I love to do. And that's it. Whatever comes from that, great. But I'm fulfilled just being able to work at it, to just practice. And that's what's gotten me through, because it's hard. It's tough, to deal with so much rejection. And in this specific profession, sometimes not with other ones, the best person doesn't always get it. I've heard many times that, we loved you. We thought you were perfect for the part, but maybe you were too short, maybe you were too tall, maybe there was someone else they had in mind. Yeah. There could be a myriad of different reasons why it didn't come to you. So for me, that's kind of where.
And not necessarily because they didn't like your acting, right?
Exactly. But a lot of times, it's not because they don't like your acting. So for me, I don't get attached to the result. I get attached, I'm attached to the process, the love of it.
Yeah, and Carlacia, my last question to you will be, because there are so many lines in the show that I feel like are great, and one of them goes since it's all so short and over so quickly, that makes everything meaningful, which is so true, because a lot of times, a lot of people don't appreciate time in the way they should, and they waste too much of it because they believe there's going to be a tomorrow forever. So I was wondering, how did you make sure so far that you make each day as meaningful as possible without, you know, without passing on great opportunities?
That's another great question. You know, honestly, I'm still a work in progress. I'm honestly still
Right.
trying to figure it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my life, especially now, has like definitely like gone up in like a rocket ship. So
Right.
I think I meditate. That does help. Actually, taking like 10 minutes a day to just
Right.
like sit there and I'll play like Chinese flutes. Those are my favorite things to listen to when I'm meditating. Or yeah, or and that I'll take like those 10 minutes out the day to really just like breathe.
Yeah.
Just breathe. Don't answer a message. Like just breathe. And that has helped me. But and also sometimes just being in the moment, like sometimes just reminding myself, you know, in the moment, like to be here talking to you, you know, like that's a wonderful experience. Like that's something that we're never going to have in this moment at this time today. So just being present,
Exactly.
like being present slows time down.
Absolutely. Carlacia, thank you so much for your time. Seriously, it was a pleasure
Thank you so
talking to
much.
you. All the best, of
Thank
course,
you.
for the show, which has already exploded, of course. Ongoing success for everything beyond, and hopefully see you soon again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're an amazing interviewer. Like,
Oh,
really.
wow. Thanks so much. Now you're making me blush. Now you make me blush.
Now, for real, like you have very great, like thought-provoking questions. So, you know,
Oh,
keep with it.
wow. Very, very happy to hear that. Thanks so much, Carlacia. Seriously.
You're welcome.
And you have a
You're
wonderful
welcome.
day.
Thank you. You too.